Hello and welcome back to another live stream. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. And Niclas Fullkrug has signed for West Ham United. It is official. Make sure to smash the like button as you're coming in, whether you're watching this, well, when it's not live or when it is live. Follow the social medias as well. GVO Max on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok as well. And let's get straight into this, man. Let's get straight into it. Obviously, everyone saw my reaction to the "Here we go." That seems to be what people have been talking to me about for the past couple of days. Whenever I had a conversation with people, that's what people seem to enjoy. Let's say, especially over Twitter and YouTube as well. I thought I might as well clip that up. It was a good moment for us to finally get news while I'm live. We're probably not going to get news today while I'm live, but we do have some news to get into. But we're going to talk about Fullkrug first. Obviously, as well, put your questions and your queries in the comments as well. West Ham United is delighted to announce the signing of Germany international centre forward Niclas Fullkrug. I'm going to be reading the website stuff as I usually do. The prolific striker joins the Hammers from Borussia Dortmund on a 4-year contract for an undisclosed fee. What did I say the other day, by the way? What did I say on the watch along? Because there were so many debates about what the fee was, I said this was going to happen. Undisclosed fee. But I think there's a reason why the club have, big up to Bruno's Eve. Come on, West Ham. Big up. The prolific striker joins Hammers from Borussia Dortmund on a 4-year contract, undisclosed fee. Hanover born. Fullkrug has scored goals whenever he has played, netting over 50 in the Bundesliga, 3 in last season, UEFA Champions League, and 13 in just 21 caps for Germany, including 2 each at the 2022 FIFA World Cup and Euro 2024. Thing is, I didn't really remember him at the World Cup. I only really remember him from, the Champions League and the Euros. I watched him quite a bit in the Champions League, to be fair, from when Dortmund were playing in the group stage. I actually watched more Dortmund than I thought I would watch. But I always liked watching him and stuff. But when I saw us linked with him, I thought, okay, it's probably a smoke screen for Duran. He's also similar age to our other strikers, but a bit younger, obviously. Similar age to Danny Ings, I think. My main thing was I thought it was unrealistic. Because he was at Dortmund, but obviously because they're trying to find new strikers as well, he probably thinks, okay, I'm not really going to get playing time here if they're looking for other strikers. We are going to get top 4. So are you a West Ham fan then? Because you got Bellingham as your thing. I didn't know if you're a West Ham fan or not. Hanover born Fullkrug has scored goals, Champions League. 6'2", by the way. 6'2". So he's one of them strikers that he's good in the air, brings the ball down, 2-touch football, controls the ball, brings the wingers in and stuff like that as well. So it's one of them target men that you like watching, really. Brings the wingers in as well, especially with the style of players that we've got already. It really benefits us. With the likes of Somerville that we reacted to the other day, and the existing players of Mohamed Kudus, Jared Bowen, and Guilherme as well. Obviously, when I was speaking earlier about the window and speaking earlier about strikers involved, and we needed a striker to take us to the level of European football, a bit like how Newcastle benefited with Alexander Isak and Aston Villa benefited with Ollie Watkins, etc. When we was linked with Duran and En-Nesyri, my thing was are these the strikers to take us to that level? And I was pretty much accepting of John Duran being the West Ham United striker, but I'm quite happy with this. I think I'm more happy with this than I would have been with Duran, if I'm being completely honest. I know he's older, but it's not all about, signing the younger option all the time. Don't get me wrong, our intention in this window has been to sign younger players and stuff like that and try to lower age of the squad, but also having a striker that's ready-made. I think if you want any player in a ready-made position, I think striker's the one. Striker and goalkeeper for me. Those are the ones where I'm like, you got to have your proven players. Other than that, you can pretty much balance it out with other players as well. I think we've got the right age for most positions. And to be fair, with the signings that we made, and if you look at the general starting level we have now, I think we have a good mix. Maybe not in the squad. Maybe we need to improve the squad in terms of age and have more depth, younger depth. But in terms of the starting 11, if you look at specifically at like Areola, let's say Wan-Bissaka joins, he's middle of his career sort of thing in his peak, what he's meant to be. Kilman and Mavropanos the same. Emerson's like near 30. Well, he is 30, I think, but that's fine. Alvarez is good. Obviously, Rodriguez, who will be announced tomorrow, is going to be a bit older. Mohamed Kudus is young. Somerville's young. Fullkrug is like experienced, and Jared Bowen is at the right age. So we've got a good mix. As I said, especially in the starting 11. The 6'2" player will now move to the Premier League, where his qualities of outstanding passing, heading and finishing, and all-round physical attributes will add firepower to Julian Lopetegui's attacking stuff. Are we signing John Duran? No, it doesn't look like it because we've got Fullkrug. We won't be able to afford to sign 2 strikers unless, obviously, like a Danny Ings would go. We might attempt to get another striker if another attacker was to go, but in general, that probably won't happen. He says, I'm delighted to be here and I can't wait to get out on the pitch with my new teammates, said Fullkrug. I think the Premier League is the best league in the world, and for me, it is the right time to move over to England and play for a big club like West Ham. I have been thinking about West Ham for a long time now, which I'm confused about. But he says, I know the technical director, Tim Steiner, very well because we have history at Werder Bremen together. Okay, so to be fair, this also does play into the fact that because Tim Steiner literally joined last season and Fullkrug also just moved to Dortmund, and Moyes has said we turned down Fullkrug. Let me look up who he was at before Dortmund. So he was at Werder Bremen for 4 years. So we obviously tried to get him from Werder Bremen as well because of Steiner's experience with Werder Bremen. We ended up signing no striker. Big up Moyes as always, as stupid as he is. Because even if to be honest, things happen for a reason. Like this was like probably the right timing of this signing as well. Because if we had signed him last year, he probably wouldn't have fit into the Moyes system. It would have been in a really shit season. He wouldn't have got any service anyway. It would have happened exactly like Skamaka did and stuff like that. And we would be calling him shit. Well, some people would be calling him shit just because he didn't fit into Moyes' system. And we'd be looking at selling him a year on. He probably would have gone back to Germany. It pretty much would have been the Skamaka saga part 2 if we had signed last year. Genuinely, it's some of the worst things to watch when you watch a striker play under the Moyes that isn't named Mikel Antonio. He said, I've watched some games, there's much quality there is in the team. The chance to play under Lopetegui is also really exciting. His playing style is important for me, and I'm confident that under him I'll be able to perform at my best and score lots of goals. That's the thing as well, like when you watch like the breakdowns and what's it called? The breakdowns of Fullkrug and the way we played in pre-season, you can see that type of profile striker is perfect for what we have. I'm not sure Duran could have brought the same as Fullkrug. Big up Wasim as always. Big up Mikes. Big up Fullkrug and big up the likes. Yeah, make sure to like the video, people. I love being close to supporters, as we saw in that video of him in the crowd. Well, I think it was for Werder Bremen, was it? He was celebrating with the crowd. I doubt he's gonna, do that for West Ham because the pitch is very far away. And I'm really looking forward to meeting the West Ham fans. That they have to say that. And I have a very good feeling at the moment. I'm strong, fit, and in shape, and I just want to get out there and start playing for them. That's the thing. He doesn't really need to get back to fitness like so quick because it wasn't that long ago he was playing. So it's not going to be the same as, when those players that took a big break from like the Premier League and stuff that need to actually get back into fitness. I'm looking forward to seeing him on Saturday as well because I'll be at the game. I just want to get out there and start playing for them. He said, obviously that's talking more about his career now. Having kicked off his career with Werder Bremen, Fullkrug had 2 seasons with Nuremberg, then fired both Hannover 96 and Werder Bremen to promotion to the Bundesliga, where he has scored 28 goals in 59 appearances for Bremen and Borussia Dortmund across the previous 2 campaigns. That's not a bad goal-to-game ratio either. We're also taking, if we're going purely off stats, which I don't ever go purely off stats, then also he's an unselfish striker as well. Likes to bring players in, as we have repeated many times on the channel. I do like the kind of players that got good link-up play and can bring other players in as well, because that means they're still contributing even though they're not scoring, which is very important to me. Like if you're just a guy who will score now and then, but your stats look really good rather than your performances, then forget the underlying metrics. Watch football with your eyes, etc. Fullkrug was outstanding last season. Well, from what I saw, he was. Nailing in Champions League wins over Newcastle. I remember that game. Atletico Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain. That PSG game, remember we did a watch along for that. Yeah, Fullkrug was brilliant with that. If you watch his goal as well, 2-touch and then just bang it, man. Those are the kind of strikers you need. Those intelligent strikers with great movement that can just 2-touch it off. Registering 20 direct goal involvements in 29 Bundesliga appearances. Yeah, again, if we're going off stats, that's really good. Scoring 6 goals in 470 minutes of playing time across 12 international caps for Germany. Scored 2 goals in the Euros and didn't even start. Better than Havertz, by the way. In all, he scored 21 goals and assisted 11 more in 54 games for club and country. Again, that's good. That's good in terms of stats. Having worked with Fullkrug at Werder Bremen, as mentioned above, technical director Tim Steinen has admired the 31-year-old. We are delighted to have signed Niclas, said Steinen. I've worked with him previously, and I know what he would bring in terms of his physical and finishing qualities, as well as his character and mentality. Ole, 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 we are getting baby Drogba. Big up, Jonathan. Big up my team again. Thought he was great against Real Madrid in the final. Really unlucky not to score. Yeah, he was actually decent. How in the fuck have West Ham completed this? This transfer is the best transfer for you lot. Do you know what? I really like it, Warrior. I do really like the transfer. Like, I think it's grown on me as it's gone on. My main problem wasn't necessarily to do with him. It was the fact that we've already had not these type of strikers, but we already have old strikers. Obviously, he's way better, and he's actually a few years younger. But in terms of how well he's done as well, the fact that we've even got him is great because I thought this was unrealistic in the first place anyway. What's it? He said, I worked with him previously. You know what he brings in terms of physical and finishing qualities, as well as his character and mentality. Do you know with players like this as well? With their experience that they have in European competitions under big teams, they're going to bring a different mentality to West Ham. So you hope if we was going to get Europe, which I don't think we will, this will be a big boost for us. Now you have another threat in set pieces, maybe. Yeah, do you know what? If we haven't been good at set pieces in about 2 years, but this helps. This helps a lot. Like the guy is not just one of the big strikers that doesn't has his height and then doesn't use it. Like one of the big strikers that just doesn't jump, so he just expects the ball to go on his chest all the time. He's actually good in the air as well, which is very, very good for us because that really tests the centre backs, you know. Big up Jay Woods as well. Fullkrug is going to get stuck into Premier League defenders. His movement and playmaking is going to suit us too well. Suit us so well. Sorry. Yeah, I agree completely. Jay Woods. I think he's class. Yeah, that's the thing, Jonathan. Like, obviously, he's still going to have to settle into the Premier League at the age of 31. So that's the only thing. But this is just a stopgap. Like, there isn't many options that we could have gone with. We've tried the Omicron guy. They rejected a bid. I haven't told you 2 big wages. John Duran's going to have to suffer at Villa, and Villa are going to have to suffer with John Duran. That is their problem. It's not mine. Steinen also said he has really enjoyed a positive last couple of seasons, both at club level where he played to the Champions League final last season and with Germany at the Euros this summer. Like, listen, I can't believe he's actually in our club because it's not like he's a declining player. This guy was playing for Dortmund last season in the Champions League. Like, obviously, he wouldn't have moved if it wasn't for Dortmund trying to replace him. But, like, it's mad. It's mad. Like, the fact he's gone to us, like, you can tell that's a Steinen thing because he's worked under Steinen before. So because he knows Steinen, he can trust him. Like, if Steinen wasn't there, he wouldn't have come. Pause. And he joins us with a clear desire to build upon that progress and prove himself in the Premier League. I think he will do well. I think I say this again to people that are West Ham fans, especially. Give him a chance. Give him a chance. Just be easy on strikers that come to West Ham. Because tomorrow I'm bringing you a video on the striker curse at West Ham United. Sorry, I'm late, Mike. No worries, man. So you got him. Then big G's to you. Well, yeah. Apparently, ex-West Ham reported that you are still interested in John Duran. We're not. Yeah, we're not. Because he also said apparently that it's very unlikely. Pretty much those quotes were kind of misinterpreted. Basically, he said it's not completely out of the thing that West Ham would try again for Duran, but because of this budget that we have to use on certain players, like we still need a right back, and there's rumours of getting another centre back again and that being back on, and possibly another midfielder, possibly. So we're not going to get Duran, but I'm not too bothered about missing out on Duran. Ings, Zuma, massive wages. We need them out of our club. Souček needs to be sold for funds too, to be honest. Yeah, I'd sell them all. The problem is nobody wants any of them. I know that people are going to be like, but Fenerbahce. There's nothing concrete in that, from what I know. Like those are not concrete sources. I don't think. I don't think anyone wants Suchek. He's going to be stuck on the bench for a while. But as long as he's not playing, I don't particularly care. Niclas has great experiences at the stage of his career where we feel he could give us reality, give us his best in reality in his best years. He is someone who we have watched very closely, as we know from our interest in the past year of him, and who we believe will be an excellent fit for the team and the club. We look forward to seeing the qualities he will bring. The board continue to show their backing by bringing in top class players to strengthen the squad at West Ham United. I mean, listen, it's been a great window so far. Like, for example, the only way this could be a 10 out of 10 for me, and we've discussed this before, is probably like an 8 out of 10 window. The only way this could be a 10 out of 10 window for me is another centre back and probably a right back, but also seeing players gone. I think sales would make this a proper 10 out of 10 window because we've pretty much, if we was to get another centre back and another right back, I mean, a right back in general, that would pretty much be nearly every position I've wanted us to address, minus left back, because obviously Cresswell's still there, unfortunately for everyone involved. However, I get it. Listen, we're moving slowly, we're moving smartly. Yeah, it's like Tony has an STD. Oh man, that's the thing, because he's obviously going to demand big wages anyway because of like the last year on his contract. So it's going to be very hard for anyone to get him, even though he's on 1 year left. But Brentford are going to lose him on a free. I'll be very surprised if he signs a new contract at Brentford. And no one's going to get him at this part of the window. You might see one late panic bid. You totally pre-called that. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's just there to be seen. Like, players that have got 1 year left on their contract, they're obviously going to want big wages as well. Like, that's what's happening with Wan-Bissaka, really. Like, we've actually agreed personal terms, but we're accelerating in a move or whatever. We've heard that for the past 2 weeks. I would just like us to get on with it. I'm don't get me wrong, I'm very happy with getting these 3 signings done. We'll be back tomorrow for the Guido Rodriguez announcement at 9 p.m. as well. Same time. So we'll talk about him tomorrow as well. But with the right back situation, we need to get that done this week because there's 2 weeks left of the season. We cannot see Sufal start, and Wan-Bissaka needs to be there for the Aston Villa game. Yeah, he'll be announced tomorrow, Wasim. He'll be announced tomorrow because there was a chance of him being announced tonight, but his medical was just behind Fullkrug, so he signed the contract today, obviously, as you've seen, by the Express Tab employee emojis and stuff like that. So he's officially signed a new contract, but however, it's just going to be announced tomorrow. But we'll be back 9 p.m. just to review that as well. I'm going to read the 8 things you need to know about Niclas Fullkrug. He represented his country at youth level. Well, no shit. He shone for his hometown team. Who is his hometown team? Nuremberg. Fair enough. 15 goals and 34 appearances. This guy's been a prolific goal scorer for about nearly 10 years now. Well, prolific. Take that with a pinch of salt. But in the German league, especially, like, the thing is, you're going to have to get used to the pace of this league as well. But listen, man, we've got the players around him to help him. And we've already seen the videos with Somerville and stuff. Like, they're going to build a good connection. Like, I would like us to start Somerville on a regular as well, just so him and Fullkrug can build a really good connection. You can tell he's already going to build something with Jared Bowen as well, Mohamed Kudus as well. Like, we've got a good side. We were actually saying, like, we've said this since last season. We've got more attacking talent than we do defensive talent, which is why we were so like angry and confused with the amount of times we approach games by just defending the whole time. But with the pressing, like, Fullkrug can press from the front. It's not like he isn't fit enough to do it for the whole game, despite being 31. And we're going to have a high line. We need one mobile centre back that can defend in the high line, and then we need a right back. Simple as that. And then I'll be fine with just a right back right now because I understand that. I know we don't have a good enough depth at centre back, but I understand if we don't get every position addressed. The problem is as well, like, the only really chance we get of addressing the centre back position is a sale, but they want to push Zuma out, as we've seen online. So we will see if Zuma can go, but I think if you got the budget and if you can still pay for a centre back, go and get one, despite the fact that Zuma's here. I'll stick with Kilman and Mavropanos for now. Like if we get Wan-Bissaka, it does help the structure of defense massively. So I'm not completely angry in the fact that, you know. So work well with Wan-Bissaka. That did no, that's still happening, but they still need to agree a price. They're taking both clubs are kind of moving the goalpost in terms of the price. So that should be, if that's not done this week, then I'll be worried. I don't think anything's in it in the Matt O'Reilly links. The thing is, if that was true as well, we would definitely see Thomas Suchek out of the picture, which is fine by me, obviously. But the Matt O'Reilly signing would be a big upgrade already on what we have. But I don't think there's anything in that. Like we see more concrete reports in Brighton being interested, like Southampton are interested as well. Obviously, I think Matt O'Reilly would rather move to us than Brighton to Southampton, not even in an arrogant way, but that would also be a big upgrade on what we have. Very good player. It's someone I've actually watched that I could actually talk about. But I think with Suchek here already, with the amount of places that we have in the squad, I don't think we're going to sign a midfield on top of that. And I think we're more likely to sign Soler from PSG than we are O'Reilly, but I don't even think that's happening. Is Zuma leaving? Well, they're trying to get Zuma to leave. And if he doesn't move this summer, he's going to move on a free next summer. So either way, he's going to leave like eventually, but they want him to leave. They want him to leave, put it that way. They're trying to push for him. They even offered an option of a termination in contract, apparently. So, yeah. Yeah, I know he's linked with Fenerbahce, but I don't know how concrete that is. Like, I don't know if Mourinho actually wants Thomas Suchek. Like, we probably do all right there, but I don't know whether they're probably not even going to put a bid in. Those are just like proper reports. Gallagher and Zuma proper chills. Fucking hell, man. Apparently Niclas Fullkrug's younger sisters also play for Hanover. Okay, no offense, I'm not particularly interested. He is a double promotion winner. Okay, his golden form continued following promotion. He has a unique nickname. Oh, so his nickname is called Luke, which translates as gap, because there's a gap in his teeth. So that I've got to support him because we have the same teeth pretty much. But they kind of made that a thing in the announcement video or in the preview of the announcement video. There's a late bloomer as well. Late bloomer. Like, I don't mind that. But we're going to kick off with some of the news articles that we've seen today as well. Gappy guy. Oh, man. All right, let's get into some of the news, or well, some of the sort of news. We haven't really had much news today. It's kind of the same thing because we're still expected to be busy, but we're kind of half done in terms of, or like 75% done in the transfer window. Again, right back. How many times we have to say this every week? Right back needs to get done. And if you're not going to get Wan-Bissaka done, just go for alternatives. So how many times do I have to say that as well? Obviously, you've seen the pictures with Fullkrug and Somerville. Somerville's just training in England. It's good. Obviously, the pictures with Steiner and stuff as well. Oh yeah, ex-West Ham employee confirmed the contract signing of Guido Rodriguez. So Guido Rodriguez signed like a few hours after Fullkrug did. So those are the emoji. That's when you know a deal is done at West Ham United. Once those are done, you don't need to worry about it. Because here we go, we can fumble. West Ham can fumble. Here we go, West Ham can fumble an Ornstein tweet or whatever. Even Darmesh. Like, you just need to see those emojis, then you can relax when it comes to West Ham. Like, I already knew that. I didn't really worry about the Fullkrug and Rodriguez signings not happening, but come on, like, let's be real. Like, this happens a lot. Obviously, the reports are by Sebastian Vidal when it comes to Matt O'Reilly, and I'd say Leicester interested as well. I don't know how reliable Sebastian Vidal is, but I'm pretty sure he works for Foots Mercato or whatever it is. So I've never taken them as a reliable source, if I'm being completely real. But obviously, Matt O'Reilly would be a big upgrade in what we have, because we've got a midfielder that stumbles over the ball. Remember, Suchek said he's underappreciated on the ball. He said he's underappreciated. You know how fucking stupid that was. I'm sorry. You know how stupid that was to say that. You underappreciated on the ball. Do you know what? Suchek is right. He is underappreciated on the ball. I should go at him more. And it's not the system. It's just passing to your teammate. I generally reckon a Ruben Neves approach would be savage in that team you assembled. Like, listen, I would love Ruben Neves at West Ham, but it's so unrealistic. Like, due to the fact of his wages and then he's in Saudi and stuff. Like, Ruben Neves would be a dream. That would be a dream. A quick, deep, long ball and a dead ball specialist. Yeah, honestly, Ruben Neves is a fantastic player. Like, I know you're a Wolves fan as well, but um, I've always liked Ruben Neves. I was kind of gutted when he went to Saudi. I was like, I'd like to see him in the Premier League still, to be completely honest. Do you know what? I've realized that as when I stream or when people stream in general, I've watched streamers in the past when, especially specifically doing like football YouTube and stuff, or me doing football YouTube. I realized we say the same phrases as our default. So I say to be completely honest a lot. That's what I've noticed. But I'm gonna get into how West Ham are gonna set up on the squad, um, and the squad that we have right now. If I can pretty much create it. Um, that's the wrong one. I need to find the website for it. Yeah, it breaks my heart, but that team is made for his style. Not gonna lie. Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Like if we did sign Rodriguez already as well, he would have been one to go all out for. But the problem is like we've got a certain budget now on what we need to do. Like Soler is one of them signings that like Lopetegui would also like. And the thing is that position would be stacked as well with players. Like if we're talking about the whole squad and the existing players that are there already, like Soler, Rodriguez, Ward-Prowse, and Suchek, all in the same position. I know Rodriguez could also play in Alvarez's position as well, but you'd imagine Rodriguez would be playing alongside um, Alvarez for the most part, and apparently he'd be starting. Well, according to people that have actually watched him, they think he should be starting. So I guess fair enough, but I'm not. I'm not completely sure. I'm not completely sure because I've never watched the guy. Obviously, we'll talk about more of him tomorrow. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm trying to find this website. What about another centre back to Debo Danso? I don't know if we're interested in Danso. I'd take him. I'd definitely take Kevin Danso. There's the fucking website. But we're still monitoring the Tadibo situation. I think Tadibo is the only centre back that we'd sign without signing a centre back because of how opportunistic it is. Um, Juventus are yet to pay the money, so I'd say watch out for that for that centre back stuff, I guess. But Lopetegui wants another defender, so yeah, you got a lot of so-called DMs who can play a ball quicker than 15 yards. He can ping 50-yard peelers. Sorry, yeah, he can. He can. Like his passing range is amazing. Not gonna lie. Yeah, 4-3-3. Pick main color. How do you get West Ham's color on it? Okay, I'm gonna share my screen in a minute, just so I can work out how to use this website because I want to do the depth. I want to outline the depth so far what we have because I'll be doing this again, um, especially in the end of the window. But so far, I'm just figuring it out right now. Okay, that's not going to work. So I don't really know how to do it, but obviously our squad is becoming a bit stacked. Like it's becoming a bit stacked right now. Um, as well, like we're in the striker position. It's now 3 strikers. We've now got 3 or 4 players that can play left wing, 3 or 4 players that can play right wing. Midfield position is becoming a bit stacked now that Rodriguez is signed, but it's just obviously we needed to have that because we needed a midfielder to play his style of football. Ward-Prowse could if he had the mobility, but he doesn't. I actually think he's decent under pressure and stuff. I don't know how to do the depth. Oh, subs as well. You can do subs. Okay, I can do subs. Okay. Hold on a sec. I'm really trying to figure out how to do like the depth stuff on this website and how to do like two names on the same thing. But I should have figured this out before the stream. But fuck it, man. We're gonna just do the lineups for now. Like we're gonna do strongest West Ham lineup. Okay. Let me get my screen up and we're going to discuss it together. Big up 300. Big up, Mikes. Have you recovered from your hangover? Jesus Christ. Have you recovered from your hangover from your on the 21st birthday stream? Yeah, luckily. Like, I can't believe that was nearly 3 weeks ago. That was probably the biggest regret I made. The biggest thing I've regretted this year. Mainly because the next day I was completely fucked. Luckily, I wasn't working the next day. But yeah, that was a good idea. Obviously, it was fun. The Q&A was fun. It was a very fun stream to do, but yeah, that wasn't after that. Instant regret. As soon as I turned the stream off, like half an hour after, yeah, I was fucked. Yeah, how did the birthday pay go up? Do you know what? I got a bit of birthday money, but yeah, I'm just grateful for all of that stuff. But luckily, my birthday's over. I don't particularly enjoy them, but it's just the fact that I did Q&A. It's just like an excuse, really. It's just like I kind of used my birthday as an excuse to do something. So, I mean, I enjoyed the birthday Q&A. That Q&A was fun. I was too peppered. All right, so we're gonna get into West Ham's strongest 11 as it stands. Now I put 4-3-3 because it's kind of a 4-3-3, kind of a 4-2-3-1, depending on the phases of play and stuff. We're gonna stick with 4-3-3 for now. So obviously in goal, Areola definitely in goal. I don't know how to do the names below it because I know you can do like names below the shit and stuff, but what's it? Emerson at left back. Then we'd have Max Kilman. I don't know why I put T. I didn't press T. Max Kilman at left centre back. Mavropanos at right centre back. Now I'm going to put Aaron Wan-Bissaka in because I think it should get done. But because I legit don't even want to think about Vladimir Sufa starting, to be completely honest with you. Don't rate him. Edson Alvarez. Oh, no, I've put... Oh, because I thought it was 6 as in... Okay, this is left wing. Left wing, Somerville. 7 is a midfielder. That would be Paquetá. Obviously, we don't know what kind of Paquetá we're going to get this season, but you'd imagine with this better style of football, more expansive style of football, more attacking style of football, that you're going to get a better player than we did last season because he was good last season, but just yeah, you have your limitations under that suicidal football. Mohamed Kudus will be probably the other midfielder. It'll probably end up being a 4-2-3-1 if we was to do this anyway, like Paquetá, Alvarez, Depot. If Paquetá wasn't to play there, it'll be Rodriguez as well. Sorry, let me adjust this. Also, on the right, none other than Jared Bowen. And, of course, the new signing, Fullkrug, up front. So this is what it currently looks like. That's the lineup, what it currently looks like at the moment. Now, this could all change within the back end of the window as well. Obviously, Sufal would be the depth and stuff. But this could change with a centre-back, depending on what kind of centre-back we get. If we get a centre-back that's quite blatantly better than a Mavropanos, because Kilman's obviously going to be the favourite due to the fact that the manager wanted him. Don't be surprised if he starts 3-5-2 till he gets Wan-Bissaka if it comes late, by the way. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that, to be completely honest. Like, I can see 3-5-2 or the way he played in a slightly better friendly, the 3-4-2-1. I don't want him to play 3 at the back, but yeah, he did. I remember he did a few of those games with you. But yeah, we need to get Wan-Bissaka in quick because I don't want to see this team play at 3 at the back. Because I've not ever liked us playing 3 at the back. Not for like 4 years. Things could change, by the way. Like obviously, Alvarez probably won't start straight away at the start of the season. It actually probably will be Rodriguez that'll get thrown straight in. purely because Alvarez is still technically recovering from his injury. I'm not too sure on what his status is like due to that. It's kind of a shame that he got injured in the Copa America because Mexico would have been knocked out quite early. Sorry, Fuego, if you're watching. And it just would he would have got his rest. He would have been back in preseason playing. Don't know why he travelled again. But Paquetá and Kudus, obviously, as the midfielders, like you're not really going to see Ward-Prowse and Souček start. Like half of the players that started against Wolves and Crystal Palace in the preseason friendlies are not going to start the games. But yeah, Bowen, Somerville, Fullkrug has to be the front three. I do have a feeling Lee's going to play Mohamed Kudus on the left to start off with, which I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of at all. Mohamed Kudus, you don't get the best out of him playing off the left. Hopefully he just stays within the pockets and Emerson just constantly hugging the touchline. That's the only way I can see it. Other than that, though, can't really see I can't really see Kudus really properly thriving on the left. I can only really see him thriving off the number 10, number 10 off the right, or even in a midfield three. Just getting the ball, holding off players, holding off 3 or 4 players, and just striking it from there. But that's what I can mainly see when it comes to like the signing and stuff. If I was to look at current news topics as well, like there's not really much left after that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end it there. I know it's a bit of a short one, but right now it's an announcement. There's not really much news other than the announcement to talk about. But I need to do this little stream just so we can, properly talk about the signing in detail. But also we've got other stuff to do in the transfer market as well, like centre back, right back as well. We need to be linked to defenders, pretty much. We need to be linked to strictly defenders now. No one else really. But I'm getting more positive as the season goes on. I just don't think we'll get to maybe European. I think the max we'll finish could be 7th. Other than that, I don't see it for now. But listen, guys, make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe if you are new. My social medias are in the description if you want to follow me. The email for the inquiries. I'll see you guys later.